All right, get ready for fourth quarter action here on DouglasCountyDigest.com. We're in Villa Grove where the Blue Devils have a 30-25 lead over Atwood Hammond, and Luke Johnson, Villa Grove storm back there behind the 3 ball in the third quarter.
Yeah, 3 threes in a row is going to hurt your morale just a little bit, especially when you're coming out into the second half.
Speaking of threes, that one rims around, almost goes down, bounces back off, almost comes back down, but instead ends up in the hands of the Atwood Hammond Rajas. Andy Webb had it, passed it off to Jordan Fagan. Lucas Vandeventer could not get his third 3 of the night to fall down. Drive, shot put up. Is it going to roll in? No, it doesn't. Rebound, though, for Atwood Hammond. Stripped away. Another rebound. Shot put up. Missed. But we're going to get a foul on Villa Grove, and Jordan Fagan is going to go to the free throw line.
Good job on the glass by Atwood. Andy Webb with a good drive to the middle of the lane, drew a double team, which freed up one of the guys to go get the offensive rebound.
I believe that foul for Villa Grove is going to go against Gabe Palmer. That's his first, team's 4th. Fagan's free throw is good. And it's now a 4-point Villa Grove lead. The second one barely hits the front iron, and taken away and off to the races is Gabe Palmer. He pulls it back, though, as he gets across the half-court line, dishes it off to Lucas Vandeventer, who's going to run things out top and pass to Skylar Orwick. Vandeventer gets it right back. Lulling the defense into a false sense of security, it seemed there. Passed it down to Coberline, who gave it right back to him. Austin Hubbard has it now. Back to Coberline. He has come in and been some exciting offense there. He gets his pocket pick, though. Jordan Fagan gets on the ground to keep it and dishes it off to his teammate, Logan Dukeman. And it's Atwood Hammond ball. They're down 4, 6:50 left to go in the ballgame. Every possession will matter now, and we've seen some possessions that weren't valued early on in the game. Hopefully these teams will value everyone here down the stretch because they're going to need it. A nice cut to the basket, put up no good. Couple rebounds, and that time it goes down. Andy Webb sticks with it after he missed his first shot. After Fagan missed one, he puts it up and in for 2. Villa Grove gets a breakout for Coberline, and we're going to get a free throw situation for Gabe Palmer, who got the rebound, put it back up, and fought through 3 Atwood Hammond defenders.
Good hurry-up offense there by Villa Grove, realizing they had the numbers, trying to get it down the floor in a blitz. Just missed that layup. Good rebounding, though, by Palmer.
Palmer misses the first free throw of his attempts. I believe through 3 quarters, we have Palmer with 9 points. Had a chance to get double digits there. Missed that one. 30-28. It's a 2-point Villa Grove lead. Hopefully Palmer can extend it for the Villa Grove faithful here. He misses it, though. Rebounded by Jordan Fagan, trying to clear some space, trying to get some room so he can pass it off to Logan Dukeman. Instead, though, Skylar Orwick gets called for the foul. His 3rd, team's 5th. Villa Grove was in some early foul trouble. We haven't seen much of Noah Palmer tonight because he got in early foul trouble. And Orwick picks up his 3rd there, so we'll see if fouls play into this game down the stretch here. Any chance to score at the free throw line is going to be huge. Ball goes through Fagan's hands. He gets it back, and we're going to get a jump ball. And it's going to remain with Atwood Hammond. Fagan just kind of took his eyes off that one when the pass came in.
Yeah, it's one of those where you look away to where you want to be, and you don't have the ball with you yet. We saw that in the first half of one of the Villa Grove players.
Having a little trouble finding somebody to get it into. He gives it deep to Cody Siebens, tightly guarded. Siebens kept his foot on this side of the line, though, and he gets it now, gives it back to Fagan. Fagan tightly guarded by Orwick. Orwick does have the 3 fouls, so he needs to be careful. We're going to get a travel called against Jesse Ruff. He caught the pass, caught in between on what he wanted to do. 5:51 remaining here in the game. Villa Grove leads by 2 over Atwood Hammond in LOVC play. I think we're getting ready to see a timeout called by Villa Grove coach Brian Russell. Full timeout with 5:44 left in the game, and his team up 2, looking for their first LOVC win of the year.
And they're looking okay right now. As long as they can cut down on the turnovers and execute a little better, they should be able to maintain this lead. On the other hand, Atwood is starting to pick up on offense a little bit. They've cut down somewhat on their turnovers, been lucky a couple of times. I'm really impressed with Jordan Fagan handling the ball pressure up top. He's had a couple of fumbles, but it's pretty physical up there for him. They're reaching in quite a bit, and he's handling it pretty well. As long as they can keep the turnovers down and keep getting it to the basket, Atwood can make a really good run here to end the fourth quarter and maybe come back and be 2-0 in the conference instead of 1-1.
Atwood jumped out to a 10-5 lead after one, and then stretched that lead even further early on in the second. Villa Grove made a nice run to get it back to 20-15 at halftime, where they were still just down the 5 like they were at the end of the first quarter. And then Villa Grove outscored Atwood Hammond 15-5 in the third quarter. So they were able to get their first lead in the third with some three-pointers. Lucas Vandevenner, Brandon Koberline. And let's see now how this thing plays out here in the final quarter. 5:44 left to go. Villa Grove up by 2. They have the ball. Surveying the landscape is Orwick, and he throws in just another over-the-head kind of two-handed pass. Gabe Palmer gets it, puts it in. Got some fans calling for a travel on him, but refs didn't see it that way. Puts a shot up. Villa Grove gets the lead back to 4. Lucas Larimore has it now. He gives it to Cody Siebens. Siebens is going to drive and pulls it up, trying to feed the post to Jesse Ruff. Finds some space, able to get away. Nice move by Jesse Ruff for his 3rd points of the night. He was a little bit under the basket, it looked like, when he caught it, and was able to get away and put it in. 2-point Villa Grove lead. Vandevenner pulls up for the jumper and knocks it down. Can't give Lucas Vandevenner that much room. He has 8 points tonight, right back to a 4-point Villa Grove lead. 5 minutes left to go in this game. Post fed yet again, and another one down. That time it was Lucas Larimore. He's got 2. Those are his first 2 of the night. And we're trading baskets here down the stretch in LOVC play from Villa Grove.
And Atwood's starting to execute on offense with those 2 little cuts across the lane. Some nice layups.
See how they execute on defense here. Fagan gets on the ground to get after Koberline, who banks it home. Koberline lost the handle on the ball, got it back, and banks one home. His 10th and 11th points of the night off the bench. He's been a big key for Villa Grove in the games we've seen. I think we're his good luck charm, Luke.
Yeah.
To the basket, knocked away, and Koberline was about to go away with it, and ends up losing it. Gets on the ground, excuse me. Instead, it goes out of bounds. Jesse Ruff kind of in the area for Atwood Hammond, but Atwood Hammond's going to keep possession here.
The two games we've seen from Koberline, he's gone off in the second half, and he's doing it now.
We kind of wondered early on why we didn't see him more. And right there as Atwood Hammond throws a pass, we're going to get Skylar Orwick. He's been playing that tight defense all night, and if things are correct, that is his 4th. Is that team 6th? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay. 5? Okay, 5. So we're still another couple fouls away here from Atwood Hammond going to the free throw line, but Orwick has just been all over out top tonight on defense. Atwood Hammond gets it in, and oh my goodness, how did he do that? Jesse Ruff has had 2 nice shots. He gets the ball basically under the basket, fights through defenders. That time looked like it was almost blocked, but he muscled it through and got it in. 2-point Villa Grove lead yet again. And we're going to get steps called on Lucas Vandevenner. Business is picking up here in Villa Grove. Atwood Hammond is down 2 with the ball. And Villa Grove's going to call a quick timeout. Brian Russell's going to call a 30-second timeout to try and get his team settled down a little bit here.
And it's still a 2-point game. Villa Grove just a misstep there, and got the traveling call and the turnover. Atwood is actually running on offense the first time tonight. They're screening across, having that other post player cut across the middle of the lane and then down to the block, and he's got that block shot. He's kind of out of position every time they've caught it down there. Larimore and Jesse Ruff both have been behind the basket a little, but they've been strong with it, gone up through the contact and finished getting the ball in the basket.
Coach Spencer Kirby for Atwood Hammond yanked his 5 starters and put in 5 backups in the third quarter. Message seems to be received here as Atwood Hammond is getting some things done on offense. Pass floated in to Jordan Fagan. He is able to pull it away from Gilbert Nieto, the freshman, who is tightly guarding him out front. Siebens has it now, feeds it right back into the post to Jesse Ruff. He's going to get called for the baseline, though. Another one of those situations that's been working for him, so they tried to go right back there, but even further this time as he steps on the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, they need to cut that off a little sooner and pass it up higher to the block instead of so low on the baseline.
36-34, Villa Grove leads, 3:22 left to go in the game. Pass to nobody, goes out of bounds. Going to be Atwood Hammond ball. Another bit of miscommunication by the Blue Devils.
Those are 2 possessions back-to-back for Atwood and Villa Grove that you cannot have at the end of the 4th quarter.
Atwood has to have Weirman come up so he can take the inbounds pass from Cody Siebens, as I believe Gilbert Nieto has been told don't leave Jordan Fagan's hip pocket. Little backdoor lob, shot, does it go down? No! Almost down, and Atwood Hammond chases down the rebound. Nice little backdoor lob in there to Andy Webb that just doesn't go down. Siebens steps around, his shot is deflected and blocked and taken away by the man who blocked it, Gabe Palmer, who gets fouled.
That was a tough possession for Atwood. It was a good drive to the lane by Cody Siebens, got blocked there at the end. But it almost looked like offensive interference because he went up and grabbed the net and yanked down on the rim.
It looked like, I don't know if it was intentional, the fingers got stuck in there or what, but yeah, you wonder if that was maybe why that didn't go down at first. Villa Grove has it now, they feed the post quickly into Palmer. He does a little spin move, get called for a charge. Player control foul against Gabe Palmer.
Foul number 34, Gabe Palmer, his second, team 7.
Gabe Palmer second, team 7. 2:36 left to go. It's a 2-point Villa Grove advantage. Atwood Hammond, the Rajas have the ball, and Cody Siebens brings it across the timeline. He's guarded out top by Lucas Vandevenner. Fagan has it now, puts his shoulder down, and we're going to get a blocking foul called against Nieto, and that should send Atwood Hammond to the line with a chance to tie it if Jordan Fagan can convert.
Villa Grove was trying to take Fagan out of the game so he wouldn't be able to initiate the offense by having Nieto face guard him, but they had Cody Siebens bring up the ball and just give it to Fagan later on in the offense, and he did a smart play, drive to the basket, get a foul, and go to the free throw line.
Shot good. Jordan Fagan brings his team within 1, 36-35 Villa Grove. 2:25 left to go. He's got a chance to tie it right here.
And this is what Atwood wants, points on the board with the clock not going.
Yes. And what I saw a minute ago, Brian Russell, the Villa Grove coach, after the foul was called, kind of called the official over and said, hey, he's given as good as he's getting with some of those moves there. Fagan puts it down, and we are tied. Fagan has been rock solid from the free throw line tonight. 36 all game here. Lucas Vandevenner from Villa Grove looked like he thought about pulling up for one, dishes it off to Orwick instead. Orwick with it out top, tries a little give and go, feed it into the post. Palmer gets it, he gets called for foul on the floor. We had some delay there. I thought maybe the ref was going to go for a travel, but the foul is called on the floor before the shot. Foul goes against Fagan, his second, team 6. So Villa Grove not shooting free throws just yet. Vandevenner has it, takes the baseline. Orwick has it, he takes the baseline and then stumbles and travels. Wonder if he maybe should have just gone up with it when he first got it.
Probably should have just taken the shot on the baseline. And again, another wasted possession for Villa Grove at the end of the ball game. They've done such a good job here in the second half. They're just not finishing it off right now.
Space there for Orwick, but as he decided to go in a little bit closer, he met with some defenders, got in his way and caused him to fall. Little give and go underneath the basket. Reverse layup, no good for Jesse Ruff. Atwood Hammond gets it back, charging to the basket is Webb. He's gonna be fouled and going to the free throw line. Gabe Palmer does not agree with that call, a little frustrated. Skylar Orwick's gonna try and calm him down, let him know we need you in this one. Third foul on Palmer, team's 9th here in the second half. Andy Webb going to the free throw line. No good.
Any more now, basically the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, anytime you drive to the basket, you know there's going to be a hard foul coming.
Yeah, if you're going to win this, you might have to win it at the line. There we go, Webb got that one. He hasn't been as automatic tonight from the free throw line as Fagan has been, but there's a big one right there as Atwood Hammond is back in the lead. They're up by 1. A minute 36 left, and Brian Russell calls a full timeout. So these things coming down to the wire here as Villa Grove, they're playing according to the schedule we've got, Villa Grove's playing their first game of 2013. They played in the Hayden's Classic over at Heritage. That's the tournament they played in over Christmas break. So their last game came December 29th, lost to Oakwood. and here playing again January 8th against Atwood Hammond. So nice job by Villa Grove to shake off some rust if there was any.
Yeah, they look pretty good for coming off, you know, a few weeks without playing an actual game. To play a decent team from Atwood that's competing with them right now.
And speaking of breaks, Atwood Hammond, looking at their schedule, they got a lot of games in November when a lot of teams don't. They play in a Thanksgiving tournament instead of playing in a Christmas or a holiday tournament. So, you know, they played Tuesday, December 18th against Sangamon Valley, and then had off until just last Friday when they opened LOVC play against Tri-County and were able to defeat them 66-58. So Atwood Hammond 3-6, 1-0 in the LOVC. Villa Grove 2-10, 0-1. They lost to Cerro Gordo earlier in the year. So these teams chomping at the bit to kind of turn those records around here in 2013 in conference play. And we're going down to the wire. Minute 36 left. Atwood up 1. Villa Grove gets it in. Vanderventer for 3. No good. Bounces high, pulled away by Cody Siebens. Nice look for Vanderventer. He knocked down 2 earlier tonight. I thought he might have had his 3rd.
Now Jordan Vigan should go right at number 48, Skylar Orwick, because he has 4 fouls. His next foul, and he's done for the night.
Weirman has it out top. I don't know if that's where you want him with the ball. He drives, puts up a shot, gets knocked to his rump. It's no good. Here comes Villa Grove. Vanderventer's get it. He's going to get pickpocketed and taken away. Fagan chases it down, knocks it out, tries to tip it back into his teammate. He did, but it went out of bounds. It's going to stay with Villa Grove. They'll have it under their basket. Another timeout for Brian Russell, and Villa Grove wanting to set up a play here with this 30-second timeout.
Not bad. I don't know if I'd want Kyle Wireman. There was a good drive to the basket, but at this point, when you have Skylar Orwick guarding your best player right at the moment, at this point in time, who's best at the free throw line in Jordan Fegan, yeah, I mean, he's got to get the ball and take it to the basket and see if he can get that 5th foul and get Skylar Orwick out of the game, which means another body that hasn't played quite as much as Orwick has into the game with a little less experience in this game. And it just helps you get your best free throw shooter to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Andy Webb, Jordan Fagan, Cody Siebens, yeah, you'd think you'd want the ball with your guards who've done a great job tonight. And you can put a big body like Weirman under there to rebound in case they throw something up. Villa Grove to inbound it. Now Orwick has it under the basket. Can't find anybody going to throw it deep back to Austin Hubbard. Hubbard now to Vanderventer. Into the lane. Palmer gets it. He puts it down, kicks it back out to Vanderventer. Kicks it over to 32, Austin Hubbard. Villa Grove looks like they're going to reset. Koberline has it, puts his head down, going to drive, comes back out top, telegraphs a pass that's taken away by Andy Webb. Going in for a left-handed layup, blocked away but fouled. Nice recovery by Lucas Vanderventer to get back and try and stop it. He comes up limping just a little bit after he goes to the deck.
Not a bad foul. I mean, you have to go after it. I mean, it's the end of the game. You got to try and block it. But it's not a bad foul because Andy Webb hasn't been as consistent from the free throw line tonight.
I've got him with 2 made free throws and 4 misses. That's just me kind of going along here. I don't know if that's exactly scientific, but there's another miss for Andy Webb. He's been great from the floor, but not from the free throw line. Atwood Hammond has a 1-point lead. It's 37-36, 48.5 remaining in the game. Second shot up is good. That's what he did last time. Missed that first one. Maybe took a second to shake off that contact and then makes the second one.
They really needed that free throw.
38-36, it's a 2-point lead. Villa Grove calls yet another timeout. I should have been keeping track. I think that's got to be close to the end of the line as far as timeouts go for Brian Russell. But with 42.1 seconds and down by 2, we talked about it, earlier before halftime. There's no shot clock, so if he wants to set up here and wait for that one best look and maybe take a shot with 10 seconds left, and then if it doesn't go in, hope for a rebound and a foul or something like that, he can draw that up right now.
He could go with that, yeah. It's a good strategy either way. I mean, they just have to take care of the basketball. They can't turn it over and waste a possession like they did last time. Just an effortless pass out in kind of the middle of space, and Andy Webb is just right there. He's looking for those passes because he wants to get to the other end, make a layup, get to the free throw line. Anything he can do right now to seal the win. And with Villa Grove has 10 fouls, Atwood has 6. Atwood's in the double bonus, so any foul sends them to the line for 2 free throws and possibly a game sealer.
Yeah, absolutely right, Luke, because, if Villa Grove goes for a quick one here or something like that and doesn't get it, then, of course, they have to foul. There's free throws coming. And, 2 made free throws here with a 2-point lead for Atwood Hammond. basically makes it a 2-point game. I know or 2-possession game. I know there's a chance of making a 3 and getting fouled, but I think Spencer Kirby might pull his hair out if one of his players fouled somebody from Villa Grove on a 3-point shot. But we'll see if Van de Venner or Coberline gets a look here. Try to feed it into the post. It's knocked away, but corralled by Gabe Palmer. He goes to the deck, and we get a foul against Atwood Hammond. 1-1 here for Villa Grove with the chance to notch things up. 39.4 left in the game.
And good drive by Villa Grove. That was the other thing I was going to say, was maybe they try and get a quick basket. That way they have more time on the clock to foul if they need to and put somebody else on the free throw line.
Palmer missed the shot, but he crosses the line, gets his rebound, goes up for a shot block, goes up again, puts it over the rim, no good. Atwood Hammond gets it. We're going to get a foul now. Nice job by Gabe Palmer. Misses his free throw, goes after it quickly, tries to fight it back up again and can't. And then gets a foul when he has to foul and stop the clock. His 4th. We are going to see Atwood Hammond go to the line. Cody Siebens. I don't have him down for taking a free throw tonight. He's going to get 2 shots. First one, no good. Villa Grove still has some life. 32.7 left in the game. It's a 2-point Atwood Hammond lead.
They could really use this free throw right here to make it a 3-point lead.
And they get it. Cody Siebens with his 5th point of the night makes it a 3-point lead. 39-36, 32.7 left to go in the game. Atwood Hammond coach Spencer Kirby calls a timeout to set up his defense. What do you think of that strategy there, though? Possibly giving Villa Grove a chance to draw something up because they've been burning through their timeouts. Yeah,
but hey, you're just trying to set it up. You got 30 seconds left. It's still quite a bit of time at the end of the 4th quarter. You want to make sure your players know their defensive assignments because they've been in a man the whole game. You need to know that they're going to try and do a back screen and throw it across the back of the lane. If it's underneath the basket, they have to go full court, the length of the court, I think. So he's just making sure, going over and reminding, you have this guy, you have this guy, you have this guy, you have this guy. Don't foul on a 3-point shot because that would be the worst possible situation if they hit a 3 and get fouled on the 3-point shot. Oh, man, that would be tremendously,
you gotta watch
awful.
The new thing is to flail the legs when you throw,
right.
To kick your legs out and make it look like you were fouled while shooting that 3.
But he's probably just reminding them, there's no need to foul. Even if they do make a 3-point basket, the game's not over. They'll still have time to come back down with their own shot possibly. And he's just going over the basics right now, keeping it fresh with them because they could be tired. It's been a long game.
All right, Atwood Hammond lets Villa Grove get it in. Lucas Van de Venner has it. He goes off a screen and has it out near one of the volleyball lines. Step back for a 3, puts it up. Good! Lucas Van de Venner pulls down the 3. We are tied at 39 with 18.3 seconds remaining. Just like they drew it up, Luke.
Right. It wasn't bad defense. Number 12, Jesse Ruff was right there with the hand in the face. It's just a great step-back shot by Lucas Van de Venner to tie the game. But there's still plenty of time left for Atwood to come down the floor, run their set offense, do that little screen over the lane, and look for that layup towards the basket or get a foul.
Not the cleanest look ever for Lucas Van de Venner. It was just kind of out top. Looked like they were looking to maybe set something up, and he just saw a little step he could get and threw it up, and it goes down. 3 3-pointers tonight for Lucas Van de Venner. He's also got a 2-pointer. 11 points for him for Villa Grove. It's all tied up, 39-39, 18.3 left to go. If you're Atwood Hammond, what do you do here?
Atwood Hammond, you run what you've been running in the 4th quarter, because what's been going on in the 4th quarter has been that little cut across the lane for layups or get to the free throw line. You want to make sure Fegan has the ball, you want to make sure Andy Webb touches the ball, and then go through your set. For Villa Grove, you got to play tough man-to-man. Try not to foul. You want to pressure them, but you don't want to pressure them so much that it looks like you're reaching or grabbing. It's just not a good time for that, especially with the game tied.
We had a nail-biter in the JV game where Villa Grove won 31-29, scored the last basket with under 10 seconds left. We're getting that here again on the varsity. Atwood Hammond gets it in. They get it ahead to Jesse Ruff. He gives it right back to Andy Webb. Fagan has it now. This might be the guy you want under 10 seconds. He's dribbling it out front. Siebens has it, trying to decide what to do. Looks over the bench, and coach calls a timeout.
30-second timeout.
5.2 seconds remaining. for this contest. Atwood, Hammond, and Villa Grove all tied up at 39. Atwood, Hammond calls a timeout. They're going to set something up, maybe inbounding it from the side of the court there.
I think that was an excellent timeout. You ran through your sets, both your ball handlers, the guys who want to touch the ball. You didn't have any good looks, so they kicked it back out up top, and coach called timeout to set something up that would be better. They actually got to see the defense and what they would run, how tightly they would guard it. Now you've got a better idea going into these last 5 seconds as to what play you draw up to end the game with.
And coach, obviously reminding them there's 5.2 seconds left. So you have some time, but not a ton of time. And see what they can do. It's going to be inbounded by Cody Siebens. Villa Grove not guarding the pass. Jordan Fagan has it. Is he going to go? Almost gets his pocket pick. Puts up a long three. Online. No, off the front iron. We're going to overtime. Shot was online from Jordan Fagan out front. It's no good. Hits the front iron. Looked like it might go down, but we're going to go to overtime with the score 39-39. We will come back for overtime here on DouglasCountyDigest.com.